Darwin Platform Group of Companies is one of the fastest growing diversified Indian conglomerates with global footprints. It is setting up offices globally and tying up with companies across the globe for multiple sectors. The company has ventured into real estate and construction, stockbroking and finance, arms and ammunition, mining, airlines, and many other sectors.
Hello and welcome to Business Today Television. I'm Siddharth Sarabi, and with me now is Praveer Sinha, the Managing Director and CEO of the Tata Power Company. Welcome, Praveer, to our morning discussion today. Third quarter results, the stock is reacting as well. For our viewers, take us through the highlights of the financial performance.
Thank you, Siddharth, for having me on your show. I think there are three key messages that is there in this quarter result. First is this is the 17th consecutive quarter in which we have shown an increase in profit and our EBITDA. Second is that this quarter, our core businesses contribution has gone up to 71%. That means our existing generation, transmission, distribution have done very well. Earlier, last year, same quarter, we were just 40%. A lot of profit had come from the coal business, where because of one-time increase in coal prices, it made a huge difference. The third is that our growth plan, which is there, is very, very robust and will show in future quarters that how a focused investment plan will not only enhance our profitability, but also sustain it in the long term. And I think that's the strong message that I want to share with you, that we feel very confident and we feel that the way we have structured ourselves, we will not only outbeat our expectations in future quarter, but do much more, and we'll do it on a very, very stable basis.
You mentioned growth strategy. How would that contribute to increased profitability? Because one of the things that the street has been looking for and analyzing after the results were declared is the focus on profitability.
I agree. And if you see our profitability this quarter has increased compared to last year, notwithstanding the fact that last year only 40% of our existing businesses contributed. 60% actually came from outside. So last year's similar quarter, nearly 600 crores came from outside. This year only 300 has come. So I think that's the big message that we need to see. And that has happened because our new generation capacities that we have put in renewable, the distribution business, the transmission business, and our existing coal businesses have done exceedingly well and have increased their contribution. You will see a lot of capacity addition happening in the subsequent quarters, in this quarter, as well as subsequent quarters, because the prices of modules have come down, and our decision to go slow in the earlier quarter was correct, and it is bearing fruit now. And we will be able to execute these projects and ensure better margins than what we had envisaged when we had bid those projects. Secondly, our manufacturing capacity for the 4 gigawatt cell and module is now ready. The 4 gigawatt module plant, already 3 gigawatt manufacturing has started. And we will start seeing the output in this quarter as well as in subsequent quarter. The cell plant will get ready by next quarter of FY25. And there again, once it stabilizes by quarter 2, we will start seeing the output of that plant, which not only will help us in doing a better supply chain, but also in ensuring that our costs are very competitive. Thirdly, the announcements that has come recently, especially on rooftop solar, which will require the domestic manufactured modules, we'll be able to play a very, very critical role from our new manufacturing plant. Fourthly, I think our distribution business in Odisha is getting stabilized. A lot of challenges, a lot of cleaning up that we have done, the losses have come down, and the full benefit of that will start from the next financial year. So I think you will see that all our businesses will, where we have gone and have started the work in last 3 years, the full benefits of that will start coming from the next financial year onward. And that's where it gives me tremendous confidence that we'll be able to further enhance and improve our profitability and our performance in the coming quarters.
Are you surprised at the market reaction clearly to a good, strong set of numbers and the profitability path that you outlined? Is the market reacting to some worries, for example, on the renewable part of the portfolio? What do you think could be the rationale, Mr. Sinha?
I think we should not look at it at just one day reaction. I think typically in such situations, there is a certain amount of profit booking. But we have investors who have been with us for a very, very long period of time. And considering the long-term plans that the company has and how we will be growing our renewable business, our rooftop business, our distribution and transmission business, the pumped hydro, I think we are on a track and a trajectory to grow at a very, very fast pace in the next few years. So I think we should look at it from a more longer term perspective, and we are in very good shape to use this platform to move to the next stage of growth.
One point, since you have spoken about the verticals and the current mix, let's say in 3 years' time, what would be the mix in terms of the growth drivers from all your businesses?
I think renewable will play a very, very critical role, whether it is our utility scale, where we are looking at adding 2 gigawatt of capacity every year, and that will happen from FY25 onwards. Similarly, our manufacturing plant, which will start producing full quantity in the next financial year, that will meet not only our own captive requirement for utility scale and group captive, but also some of it can be supplied in the local market, also in the export market. So we'll get a much better margin. Our distribution businesses will start showing much better results now that the initial cleaning up and improvement process that has been done. We bid for some transmission projects which we have won, so that will happen. And then our pumped hydro, where we expect at least one of them to start construction activity by Q2 or Q3 of this financial year. That will happen in next 36 months to 42 months. So I think you will see that we will have a very good pipeline of investments with very good margins that will come up, and that will help us our growth as also our profitability.
I want to take two of these one by one. What are your sense about the policy initiatives, including the most recent one that promises a certain amount of units of electricity free and also incentivizes rooftop solar? What are the likely results once the scheme is truly and fully implemented, that for you as well as for the overall sector?
I think it's a very good initiative of the government. The challenge, of course, is implementing it. How do you go to so many cities and cover 1 crore homes? We expect that with the 3 to 5 gigawatt, 5 kilowatt of rooftop solar for each individual home, so we'll have an opportunity of nearly 30 to 40 gigawatt of capacity coming through the rooftop solar. Tata Power is one of the biggest players in rooftop with nearly 18% market share. We expect that not only we will maintain that, but we will enhance. We have the basic infrastructure and the market penetration with nearly 500 channel partners, with our presence in more than 400 cities. So I think we will play a very, very important role. And benefit also, this will require domestic manufactured modules, which we will be doing. So I think it really fits in very well with our long-term plan. Secondly, I think the government push in this is not only in ensuring that these are implemented, but the type of subsidy and the financing support that will be provided through the banks. So that will also enhance the speed at which this gets implemented. And we are quite keen to work on this space and ensure that the scheme of the government gets implemented quickly.
Mr. Sinha, you also spoke about distribution. This is a broader overview question with regard to the current state of our discoms and the improvements over the last few years. A lot of attempts have been made. In 2024, industry veterans say that will be crucial for the ongoing distribution smoothening process. What's your own sense about the overall state and the health of our discoms and their ability to continue to pay for power in a timely manner?
Well, I think DISCOM improvements have happened, but possibly not at the pace at which it should happen. Uh, what we can expect is that post-elections, the new government should move on the amendment to the Electricity Act, which allows multiple suppliers of electricity in various geographies. We already have experience in Odisha with both urban and rural consumers, and I think going forward, we will have an opportunity to use our learnings and our technology in new geographies that will get opened up. You can expect we already have in the private sector 50% market share of distribution. We'll continue that, and you can expect Tata Power to be in many more cities once the sector gets further opened.
Absolutely. Post May, June is where a lot of the policy action across several sectors is expected. As we wind down the conversation, I want to turn the viewers' attention towards EVs, growing segment, your own charging station network. And as I do that, I also want to add a recent experience that someone was sharing with me, which is that the regulatory infrastructure or framework, for example, for housing societies, which is where now in our urban cities a lot of housing happens, there are different rules. For example, because of some fears, you can't park an electric car in the basement. And that rule differs from location to location. So, two parts to the question, Mr. Sinha. One, what is happening with regard to your EV expansion plans? And second, is there also a necessity for a more uniform framework when it comes to the example that I cited?
So one is that on the EV charging, we are very strong. In home chargers, we are nearly 80,000 home chargers, which supports the EV users and they can charge at their home. Bus charging is another big area where public transportation is getting electrified. We again support that, and we are already setting up a large number of chargers in different cities, starting from Srinagar to Bangalore and to Mumbai and to Delhi and Jammu and Calcutta. So I think there is huge amount of EV charging infrastructure that is being created. We have put nearly 5,500 public chargers which are electrified, and these are on highways. So I think the charging infrastructure is creating in such a way that the range anxiety is not there amongst the consumers. The second part of it is about the policies, and this keeps on changing because of some incident or some experiences people go through, or the governments see that happening. What we do expect is that they will, over a period of time, there should be uniformity in policy, and also the ability to use different chargers of different makes for different vehicles should be there. So the interoperable facility should be provided so that the consumer is benefited and they have the flexibility to use any type of charger anywhere. And I do hope that we are able to convince the local governments as well as the central government on providing a proper ecosystem in which EV utilization and charging can happen.
Absolutely, Mr. Sinha, and we'll look forward to that. Thank you very much for your time with us today. Hope to catch you soon in the next quarter. With that, it's a wrap on this conversation with the MD and CEO of Tata Power. We'll be back with more. Do stay tuned in. Bye-bye.
Darwin Platform Group of Companies is one of the fastest growing diversified Indian conglomerates with global footprints. It is setting up offices globally and tying up with companies across the globe for multiple sectors. The company has ventured into real estate and construction, stockbroking and finance, arms and ammunition, mining, airlines, and many other sectors.
Celebrate 32 years of leadership in business news with Business Today. From the groundbreaking AI cover of Sundar Pichai to PM Modi's exclusive on G20, we redefine headlines. Now our 32nd anniversary issue explores India 2029, the 5-year agenda, with industry titans sharing exclusive insights. So, just BT it for unparalleled perspectives. Business Today, 32 years of leadership, innovation, and business brilliance. Subscribe now. In today's rapidly evolving business environment, when risk is omnipresent, managing risks is no longer just about ticking a few boxes. Businesses need to maintain a panoramic view of risks to stay ahead of the curve. Join us to explore how organizations can rethink risk to unlock new possibilities and become fit for future. At PwC presents De-Risking the Future in collaboration with Business Today.
Hello and welcome. You're watching BTTV. I'm Tanya Neja. Well, it's the earnings season and the company on our radar today is JB Pharma. Well, the company reported